Hey guys, this is Michelle, and we just finished Unit 1 of the book American Peasant in US History. So today I'm going to talk about a little bit of my reflection on Unit 1. I'd like to focus my topic on different viewpoints. I remember the first day of the class we were given a handout by Zane talking about Columbus. And I remember before I read that, I always thought that Columbus just like the guy who discovered America, and most of people view him as a hero since there is a Columbus Day. But after I read that handout, it just like changed my mind completely. I don't want to say that I was wrong before because the discovery was a big thing, but I didn't know the fact that he killed a large amount of people during this, and some people call this a progress in history, like it's gonna happen eventually anyway, but some people just accuse Columbus for what he has done. I'd say that none of them was wrong actually, but this is the moment that I realized that viewpoints toward one single history event can be so different, and I found it really interesting to learn from different people's perspective. Another thing I find really interesting about viewpoints, it's actually in the book. It's on page 106, and it's the chart. It's basically just how people in Europe and how people in America call it the same war. And as you can see, for example, the Europe people call it the Europe people call it the 7 Years' War, and while the American call it French and Indian War, and the Europe people call it Wars of French Revolution, and American call it the Undeclared French War. I feel like this is really interesting because the different word names represent how people feel about like their different opinion toward the wars. For me, I found it really useful to learn from different people's perspective of a single history event. After I read the fact, it just gave me better understanding of that event. That's why I found the varying viewpoints in each chapter very useful and helpful to me. For example, there's one on page 157. The title is Whose Revolution, and it's basically talking about different people's opinion towards American Revolution. And here are some of the opinions from different people towards American Revolution. A group of historians known as the Imperial School challenged Bancroft, arguing that the revolution was best understood not as the fulfillment of national destiny, but as a constitutional conflict within the British Empire. And also that there's J. Franklin Jameson arguing that the revolution not only grew out of intense struggles between social groups, but also inspired many other America to seek greater economic and political power, fundamentally democratizing society in its wake. And also, I find it really interesting that Fred Anderson argued that long before rebellion, the 7 Years' War helped create a sense of American identity apart from Britain. And T.H. Breen argued that British nationalism actually intensified in the colonies over the course of the 18th century as economic and cultural ties between Britain and North America strengthened through increased trade and the migration of ideas with the growth of print culture. And there are still many viewpoints in this article, but I just find it like really interesting because they're like all kind of like subjective ideas, but when I read them together, it just like kind of give me an objective sense of American Revolution. So I've been stating a lot of different viewpoints towards a lot of different historical events. I just find it really interesting to know about them, but I feel like the viewpoints can be very subjective because of people's different education, different culture background, different economic status. So I think before we dig deep into the viewpoints, it's like the basic that we need to learn the objective side, which is the fact of the historical event, and then use the viewpoints in the subjective side to help us get deeper understanding or develop our own understanding of something. Thank you for watching!